So we'll go ahead and look at another function within the forcats package called factor underscore infreq. That is FCT underscore infreq, which orders each level of a factor based on their frequency. As we've explained during the class, when we use as underscore factor to create a factor variable, it creates levels in the order in which they appear in the reference variable. That is, whichever level comes first is assigned the value 1. Then the next level is assigned 2. That's the value for each of the levels, and so on. So now we're going to do the reordering based on their frequency using the factor underscore infreq. So I want to create a new table. So I'm going to use the same naming convention that I'm using. So this time around it's going to end with factor underscore infreq. Okay, I'll assign that to whatever I'm gonna get here by calling the comedy underscore train table. So I want to select just the comedian variable so that we'll be able to see some of the things that we're going to work on now. So I'll mutate that. So comedian. So pipe that into as underscore factor. So now I want to pipe that into the factor underscore infreq. So let me go ahead and run this. So if we look at what we have now, we only have a column for the comedian. So now I want you to look, so I want us to see the values that are being assigned to each of these levels. So I'm going to create a new variable called value, which is going to be a comedian, type that, type that to as.numeric, so I'll get the value out. So I'll run this again, Control Enter. So we'll look at this. So now you can see each of these levels are being assigned their values based on the frequency. So if I look at, let's go to the environment and bring this up. So I have two, but no, not this. So, okay, there's it. So if we look look at the table now, we can see that, okay, clean the trunk as the value 1. If we come down to basket mouth, that's the value 7. Alibaba has 2. So if you go back to what we got when we did the counts, so we can see there's the counts. We can see clean the drunk has the highest frequency. That's the highest occurrence here. So Alibaba is the next. That's why it's getting 2. Then we come down to basket mouth. We'll see that basket mouth should be the 7th. Although this is not well arranged, but you can see it's 46. We have others that are higher than that. So if you look at, that's why AY is given the 6th, which is actually above, that's before basket mouth. So we can appreciate this more if we group by comedian. Let's go ahead and group by. So I want to take out the value, the values column now. I want to take it out. So but I'm going to go ahead to group. So group by this comedian. Still the only thing there now. So I'll summarize. So we have total underscore viewers. So that's going to be equal to the number of occurrences, the sum of the occurrences for each of the levels. So I'll go ahead and ungroup before we have a look at what we got. That will be on group. Okay, now let's look at what we have now. Okay, good. So now, just like what we were talking about before, Clint is the first, while AY was the seventh. You can see now, this is the reason why. So they are all arranged based on the number of the frequency of each of the levels. So we can see that Clint the Drunk has the highest frequency, followed by Alibaba, and the least was Okebakase. So that's the value of using the factor underscore infix. So it helps us to arrange based on the frequency of each of the levels. Now we're moving on to another function. So that's the factor underscore reorder. That's FCT underscore reorder. This helps us to reorder our levels based on another variable. So we're going to do the ordering based on another variable entirely. So we're going to copy what we have here. Now, instead of looking at the frequency, we're going to look at reordering based on the total number of viewers that we got. So I'm going to copy the whole of this and make some changes there so that we don't spend most of our time typing. So now I'm going to make some changes here. So that will be factor underscore reorder. So I think I'm good with this. So okay, I'll take out the factor underscore infix function there. So we'll go ahead and look at okay, now I think we're in order now. So we're converting this, that we're going to reorder based on the total number of viewers that we created here. So I'm going to pipe that again, pipe to mutate. So comedian. So it's going to be comedian piped into factor underscore reorder. So now I'm reordering based on the total underscore viewers. So let me see what we have before we go ahead. So I'll run this first. So if you look at the screen now, if you look at what we have as this total number of viewers for each, you can see it's actually looking like it's not reordered well based on the total number of viewers. You can see Helen that's having 1,144 is coming before Sheilo that has 18,000 plus. So that you're not seeing the changes here because the reordering is based on the value of each of the levels. So for you to see that, I'm going to add another variable here, which is going to be based on the value. So that's the value of each of the levels. I want to bring that out now. So it's going to be comedian. So let me get out the numeric value, the as.numeric. So if I take out this chunk of code and run it again, we should have it. Now you can see that we're having the they are all reordered based on the total number of viewers, though it's in ascending order now. So it's from the lowest to the highest. So now we have cleaned the drunk taking 13th. So while the list was having the first number one. So it's reordered using the value. So if we'll go ahead and look at visualize this, we'll see that the reordering is physical. We can view it using our plot. So I'll go ahead and okay, first of all, let me run it and create this table. So now we have this. So I'll put this down here. So if we look at that, we should have what we, okay, here, we're good. So I would pipe that into our function, that's visualize function. So let's see what we have now plot. So let me share the Zoom screen so we can see that everything is now reordered. So if you can look at it, you can see my screen now. We have everything reordered from the highest down to the lowest again. So that's the beauty of using the FCT underscore reorder or factor underscore reorder function within the forcats package. We'll take a break now, then we'll continue in the next 10 minutes.